Welcome to This Explainer. We're diving right in today with a massive one: why most people never escape the paycheck to paycheck cycle. Now, just hearing those words, oof, right? It probably brings up a very specific and, let's be honest, pretty stressful feeling for a lot of us. It is an absolutely crucial topic, and since you're watching this educational explainer right here on YouTube, we are going to completely deconstruct the actual anatomy of this trap. If you've ever felt like your bank account literally resets to zero no matter how hard you're working, well, stick around. We're going to show you exactly why that happens, and more importantly, the invisible mechanics of how it operates behind the scenes.
Millions. I want to pause on that word for a second. Before we even touch the mechanics of this cycle, we have to grasp the sheer scale of the problem. This is not some isolated issue. It's not just about a few people struggling to balance a checkbook. This cycle keeps millions stuck. So if you're watching this and feeling like you're completely trapped in this loop, the very first thing you need to take away from this is that you are not alone. Not even close. This is a massive systemic reality for individuals all over the world.
All right, so here is our roadmap for today. We'll move step by step. First, the endless cycle. Second, habits that keep us stuck. Third, decisions driving the cycle. Fourth, hidden financial traps. And finally, escaping the cycle. Part 1, the endless cycle, earning and spending. Okay, so what is the actual baseline here? The paycheck-to-paycheck cycle is simply an endless loop of earning and immediately spending. And the absolutely vital words to focus on are endless and immediately. You see, it isn't just about spending what you earn. It is the sheer velocity at which the money leaves your hands. It's that sinking feeling that the loop never, ever closes. It just resets. It is, quite literally, a relentless, exhausting treadmill. Really, this cycle is like a massive tug of war. Earning is your input, right? That's all your time, your labor, your energy. Spending is your output. But in a paycheck-to-paycheck reality, these two forces are constantly, perfectly canceling each other out. Your paycheck arrives, and boom, it's immediately absorbed by rent, groceries, and bills, leaving you with absolutely zero leftover momentum. There's no surplus capital to invest, nothing to save. It's just a one-to-one cancellation that keeps you running in place. Part 2, habits that keep us stuck. The routines we repeat. Habits that keep millions stuck. Listen, it isn't bad luck. It isn't a lack of ambition either. It's our habits. The very foundation of the paycheck-to-paycheck loop is heavily built on repetitive, internal microactions. It's those quiet, everyday things we do without even thinking about them that cement our financial reality. So how do these habits actually function? Well, mostly through unconscious repetition. They run in the background of your life like old software. First, we develop routine earning behaviors. Accepting a set schedule, a set salary, and rarely questioning our value or looking for new income streams. Then, on the flip side, we have routine spending behaviors. Think of that automated daily coffee, those forgotten app subscriptions, or just defaulting online shopping to de-stress after a long day of work. These aren't grand financial strategies, right? They are silent routines that perfectly sustain the loop without us even noticing the drain. Part 3, decisions driving the cycle. The choices we make. Now, if habits are the engine running quietly in the background, decisions are the steering wheel. Our active, conscious choices directly drive the continuation of this loop. When you decide to finance a car right at the very edge of your budget, or, say, decide to take on high-interest debt just to go on a vacation, you are grabbing the wheel and actively steering yourself right back into the center of the earning and spending track. And this creates a pretty brutal two-front war against your own behaviors. You have your habits, which are passive, running on autopilot, just executing these unquestioned routines. And then you have your decisions. These are your active, conscious choices that dictate the direction of your capital. The reason it's so incredibly difficult to break out of this is because these two forces are working in tandem to guarantee you stay stuck. Your habits keep the engine running, and your decisions keep steering you back onto the exact same track. Part 4, hidden financial traps. Systemic hurdles. Financial traps are external mechanisms that enforce the endless cycle. Now, really notice the word external here. These aren't your habits. Actually, these aren't your personal decisions either. These are mechanisms built right into the financial system itself. We're talking predatory overdraft fees, super complex, high-interest lending structures, or aggressive minimum payment setups. They're quite literally designed to catch your money before you can build any real momentum. They enforce the whole cycle from the outside. Just watch how incredibly fast a paycheck gets dismantled. You put in the hard work, you earn the money, but before you can even sit down to plan your budget, you hit the traps. Hidden account maintenance fees, credit card interest, unexpected required insurance premiums. They intercept your capital immediately. Then you spend whatever meager amount is left over just to survive, and suddenly you're right back to zero, waiting for the next cycle to start. The game has external obstacles built directly into the playing field. Part 5. Escaping the cycle. Breaking the loop.
So, this is the whole picture. This is what you are up against, a triad. The cycle isn't just one single obstacle. It's an interlocking system made up of your habits, your decisions, and financial traps. Think about it. If you only try to fix one piece of the puzzle, like maybe you make better decisions for a week, but you completely ignore your unconscious habits and those systemic traps, well, the other two pieces are just going to pull you right back down. You absolutely have to see the whole board to win.
To escape, you must recognize the interplay of your habits, decisions, and the financial traps around you. Pure awareness is your very first step. I mean, you can't dismantle a machine if you don't know how its gears work together, right? By identifying this precise interplay in your own life, you finally gain the power to interrupt that endless loop and actually start building real wealth.
So, what does this all mean for you? Will you remain one of the millions stuck in the endless cycle, or will you change your decisions to finally escape? It's a heavy question for sure, but armed with this new understanding of exactly how habits, choices, and external traps work against you, the steering wheel is ultimately back in your hands. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Keep learning, keep questioning, and we'll see you on the next explainer.